I just show them how to focus on your order, find the flaws in your order, like I've done in mine, and then hammer home their flaws. Because how they're funded has nothing to do with your order. The order is either a valid order, which they're going to hold again. As long as the order is there and it hasn't been vacated, they're going to call it valid. Or it's not, from my experience. Again, it's not legal advice. But listen to Denton.
Mr. Doss, your recitation of the facts, I don't think that there's anything incorrect in what you're saying in terms of the delay.
I don't think there's anything incorrect in what you're saying. You're absolutely wrong, Mr. Doss. This is for the trolls out there. But listen to this.
Delay in service, this is all something that I wrote about in the previous order. Yes, there were delays. There's a 120-day rule that requires service. Didn't happen on second petition, didn't happen on third petition. I mean, nobody.
And it's your position that the 120-day rule does not apply to me?
No, it applied then, but you're bringing it up 2 decades later. And so you have
the subject matter jurisdiction to have a challenge at any time?
No, my position is
no. So you didn't question that I could challenge subject matter jurisdiction at any time. So for you goofballs talking about SC stuff, you sound like clowns. There's a legal standard to challenge jurisdiction. I just exercised it.
the link that you're failing to connect me is why this is something that you're able to challenge under 12540.
It's a void order.
Okay.
Okay. It's a void order, what I said, right? He said, okay. I didn't say it was voidable, because voidable means it's good until the day they void it. I said void, meaning it was never any good. And for some more background and context as you're going through this, because it's apparent that people are either intentionally disregarding that I've given you the Dropbox, or you just don't understand. But let me give you some background into the case of Smallwood. We were both in the military. I haven't seen her since the military. So it makes sense that if we were both in the military would have taken care of that back in 1988, 89. That's not important because this thing came out of Florida. The problem is Monica Smallwood never lived in Florida. And that means that, yes, when I asked that question to the Assistant Attorney General and she said she filed it in Florida, yes, the Attorney General lied. She's never been to Florida. In fact, she's never been in any of the hearings. So my issue, the jurisdiction, is there's not a properly played complaint. You didn't serve it on time. And then there was a default issued. The default is now defective. But court never had subject matter jurisdiction. Could not confer jurisdiction for a party that didn't live in Florida. And you definitely couldn't confer it after failing to serve me within the 120 days required by law. And you all go look that up. Don't take my word for it. And then you did it 3 times without leaving court and without showing good cause. So with that being said, I want people to be really careful when you challenge people who may know a little bit. Am I as sophisticated as an attorney? Of course not. But I know my story, and I'm letting everybody else view my story as well. That being said, let's go to some of these dockets, which I'm sure everybody wants to see anyway. This is what a docket looks like. But if you go to the very bottom of my docket, you're going to see where it says termination of child support services. And that was in 2015. So you can imagine how surprised I was to be dealing with a case in 2024 that's been terminated. You go look at what terminated means in the legal sense. But anyway, I think it came back because I did file a lawsuit in federal court against the city of Tampa, that rogue judge, and that unethical judge, and that unethical police officer. I believe it's retaliation because I won my criminal case. So now I am suing. Anyway, next case. You'll see my name at the top. Again, you know, they spell it wrong. And by the way, people, my given name is Shagret. I go by Greg because of, like, now people either misspell it or mispronounce it. But at any rate, what do you see there? Termination child support services. Yeah, I have no problem showing you all how to use the Dropbox or what I went through, because you can see what I've gone through and what I did. It doesn't tell you how I did it, though. And I'm not keeping it from you because you can go and look it up on a court record and see everything I've ever filed. Anything that's in this docket is filed, there's something that corresponds. What I will say is, am I a better writer in 2024 than I was in 2014? Well, of course. I've had the benefit of working for a law firm. I've had the benefit of working with a law firm. I work for myself as an independent paralegal. I've worked with other attorneys in an independent capacity, and I've gained a lot of information, which I try to come and share with people. Even tightening up my ability to write, it was enhanced by them. Again, political science, yes, pre-law, urban studies, and history, but you had to apply the theory. I'm showing you where I applied it, and you can see the results. In the child support letters, same thing here, 4 cases.